welcome to the second episode of Talk and Eat TV. Today, I'm frying okra. Now, okra comes straight from the motherland, of course, to America via the transatlantic slave trade. But yeah, this is okra. This is like the basic variety of okra that you would find anywhere. If you're gardening and you're looking for seeds, this would be like the Clemson's finest. Okra. Just your basic, regular green okra. Now, let me tell y'all something. I ain't had no fried okra in years. Like, my childhood was fighting over the family size okra from Church's Chicken with my big brother because I hated Church's Chicken and I just wanted okra and fries. Today, we are honoring my childhood and my love for okra. Now, okra is so good for you, but obviously, it's best when not deep frying like today, but I might as well show y'all how to fry. So, I'm going to fry some okra and I got some fries. I'm going to do a separate video on how to make fries, but that's just not today. We're going to focus on okra today. So those are like my fries. I cut them, rinsed, washed, soaked, did all of that, fried them once, and they're going to be, oh, let me cut this. One thing I do like about frying using these electric cooktops is the temp. You can always get the temp right. And with this too, it's just easier. But if you don't have one of these to heat to a specific temperature, get you an infrared thermometer, a candy thermometer, a regular thermometer, something. But I don't really need a thermometer anyway because I just know how to look at grease and can tell you when the grease is ready. So while the grease is heating up, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut this okra. Now, when I fry okra, I don't like big pieces, but I don't like them to be crumbs neither. This is blocking. I need to do something with this. No matter of fact, let's get our dredge together first. The recipe is, of course, on talkandeattv.com. The recipe is already on my website. So I like to fry my okra with cornmeal. Cornmeal. I like to fry my okra with cornmeal. But I don't like straight cornmeal, so I do flour and cornmeal blend. This is gluten-free flour because you know I'm gluten-free. Everything is on my website. Exact measurements, ingredients, and all of that. Gotta have some salt. Sea salt, the real red salt, Himalayan pink salt, anything but that iodine mess. Please, black people, please stop eating that iodine mess. The star of the show here, the star is the Talk and Eat TV all-purpose seasoning right here that I'm frying in this okra. Very good way to use this. It's real good in a dredge to fry, but don't use too much. You don't need that much. And then so that's it for my dry mix. I can't find my whisk for whatever reason, so chef's best tool is clean hands, right? And if you do a good job and keep this dredge not super gross and clumpy, I just be putting my dredge like this in the freezer, and then whenever I want to put it in the Tupperware and put it in the freezer, then whenever you want to fry something, you already got it together. Especially since it's okra, like I'm not frying chicken. If I was frying chicken, I wouldn't keep it. I wouldn't make extra. I'm not going to put too much on here neither because when okra is fried, I don't want no lot of crust on my okra. I do not like a lot of crust on my okra. I want to taste the okra. Oh, and another thing, when y'all use cornmeal, I like fine cornmeal. Don't be using that medium grind. Damn sure don't use polenta, grits, none of that. When you using cornmeal, get that fine cornmeal because when you frying something, that coarser grain cornmeal is going to be hard as fuck and you just going to be chewing like it's going to be in your teeth. It's going to hurt. So that's a good tip. Use that fine cornmeal. So I got my dredge together. Now I'm going to cut my okra and put it in here. I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut all of this. Because it ain't a lot. I like my okra about... Cut the tips off too. I had a bowl to put these in. Oh, I'm gonna put it in this bowl the salt was in. I'm not throwing these tips away from the okra. I'm gonna just cut these up and just saute this with whatever vegetables I eat a different day. Because when you cut an okra, you want them to be the same size so they fry at the same time. Now the stem, I'm not keeping that part. So matter of fact, I can use one as a garbage bowl and one for the bud. So I like my okra about this thick. Everybody like to be mean to okra and talk about how okra is slimy and this and that, but that mucilage that make okra slimy is good for your digestive system. I'm extra. I need my okra to be the same size because I don't play that when it comes to evenness. This is not the fastest and most efficient way to cut them like this, but this is what we're doing today because I'm at home. I'm not at work. I'm so happy I ain't never had to fry no okra in a restaurant. Ooh, child, this would be a tedious task. People think working in a restaurant is so easy, and it's like, yeah, it's all fine and dandy until it's your turn to dice a case of onions. A case. Another thing that's good about doing okra like this is you could literally dredge your okra and just don't fry it. You could put it in the freezer. Then whenever you want some okra, you could just pull some out and throw it right in the grease. Trying to think if I'm going to save this little butt piece and cut it. I'm really anal about stuff being all the same size. It always get weird with the butt. So I'm not gonna fry all of this today. I'm gonna probably fry about half of it. And then put the other half in the freezer. That way when I want some okra, all I gotta do is fry it. The most efficient way to do anything when you're cutting is to do all one step first. So like if I was trying to be real fast, I would have just cut all the tops off, then cut all the butts off, and then ran through all of them. Like if I was at work, that's what I would do. But when I'm at home, I be bullshitting. Ooh, child, we're gonna get into that new Hocus Pocus today. Cause that movie was good. It was good. That was a big seed. I need to sharpen my knife too. I've been slacking. You can tell this okra, I'm real light when I use a knife. I'm not a heavy-handed person. Oh my God. I want to get these big seeds out and show y'all. But yeah, I'm a very light-handed person. So that doesn't help. If I was to eat all this, that would be a lot of okra. Every time you're trying to cut one and another one run into your knife, I hate that. Okay, so I got all my okra. So the mucilage is really, when it it's getting slimy like already just because it's cut open. It's gonna help the okra get coated in this cornmeal, but I need a little bit. Matter of fact, I need a little bit more moisture. No matter of fact, I'm gonna use this cutting board. Never mind. So I got a little non-dairy milk, just a little bit, just enough to coat it, just to get it Nice and moist. This is so quick, like frying okra too. We're gonna ignore the fact that this bowl is too little for me to be mixing this. Y'all, when I get a production crew, when we grow this podcast, this will be way easier. And I won't have to be the camera lady, the light lady, the chef, the all of that. I can't find my big bowl. So we just gonna act like this bowl is big enough. Okay, that's enough. Everything is all nice and coated. Let me get y'all close up. Everything is all nice and coated. Can you like see the okra starting to get like, y'all see that? It get nice and slimy. All right, the okra nice and slimy. All right, now like I said, when I'm frying okra, I don't like no lot of crust on my okra. So, let me show y'all. Really, I like to drop them in here and make sure they're not touching each other when I drop them in here so they all stay separate. And you could just get it's a good shape. I'm not going to grab and squeeze because that'll be too much crust on my okra. And I don't like a lot of crust. This just made me think about how like when my mama fried chicken, that shit going in the brown paper bag with the flour. I'm talking about, that'll work too. When you frying okra, that'll work too. My mama fried chicken like that to this day. Okay, so once all my okra is coated, I'm gonna just put it right here because I ain't got nowhere else to put it. Getting all the excess off. Getting all the excess cornmeal off. No big clumpy crazy okra. I'm gonna fry the fries first. It's all gonna come together real fast. Twice fried fries. I'm gonna fry them first, then I'm gonna fry my okra because I want my okra to be hot, nice and fresh when I eat it. Because I'm about to sit down right here in the kitchen and get right into Hocus Pocus. Because that movie was good, but it had the potential to be like, I don't know what to rate it out of a scale of 1 to 10 as far as like comparing it to the first movie. Because the first one is a classic. I mean, 1993. They made a second one for a reason. It's a classic, but it's crazy. I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it now since I ain't doing nothing but crusting the okra. It was the black man for me, y'all. Yeah, I said it. It's the black man for me. Nah, it ain't no black people in the first Hocus Pocus. I done seen that movie a million times. I can't think of maybe one random background child dressed in a Halloween costume running around, but there is absolutely positively no black people in Hocus Pocus. Maybe an extra, some extras. Ain't no black people in the first Hocus Pocus. We get a main character black man in the Hocus Pocus, but he was obsessed with them white ladies and tricked them kids into lighting the black flame candle. I just don't approve of that. You might as well have not had no black people in the Hocus Pocus. Because why the only black man had to be obsessed with them white women and trick the racially ambiguous child into lighting the candle? That killed me. So you mean to tell me that you grow up in a town where the Sanderson sisters are very well known? Very well known. The Sanderson sisters are like, I mean, they're very well known. Like, y'all literally live in Salem. Other than that, you saw them with your own two eyes when you came back in 93. You saw them. You know these bitches is real. They really eat kids. children. You was a child yourself when you saw this. You just so enamored with these women. You tricked this girl into bringing them back. I mean, y'all, we cannot let that nigga get away with that. The whole movie, I'm like, okay, so y'all not gonna beat his ass? You going to him on a regular day to buy whatever metaphysical supplies you like on a regular day. You just going to go to the store and you just doing the same shit. Nothing out of the ordinary. Your same routine. You doing the same shit. And he gonna have the nerve to give you a fucking black flame candle. First of all, where he get a black flame candle from? Because I want to know how he ended up taking over the Sanderson house and like turning it into a store and all the other stuff. Like, was your parents obsessed with the Sanderson sisters? Like, how did that work? Are you like, because he was a child when they turned into dust in 93. 30 years later, obviously now he a grown-ass man. And obviously, by the time he found the black flame candle, he wasn't a virgin, or else he would have lit it himself. Also, that part was so funny when they was like, okay, why didn't you just light it? And he was like, they were like, gross. That shit was funny. And that shit was just crazy. So I want to know, like, he had the book. Oh, let's not forget, at the end, they showed another black flame candle. So they leaving it open to where they could make another hocus pocus. And how did he end up getting the Sanderson house? Because at first, I was like, is this their house? This store? Because y'all got to remember, in the movie in 93, their house is surrounded by woods. It's in the woods. So the whole time I was watching, I was looking for the woods, and it wasn't no woods. So obviously, they didn't tow them trees down. And the only reason I ended up recognizing the fact that they was in the old Sanderson house, obviously before the girls got there and was talking about, ew, like how clean their house is, and where's her lucky rat tails, and all the other stuff. I had saw the cage. When the two boys was in the cage, the ones that had took old boy's shoes, what's his name, Max? I done seen that movie a million times. Why I act like I can't think of that boy's name, the main character of the white boy from the first movie? Obviously, his sister Danny. I'm pretty sure his name was Max. I don't know why I'm blanking right now. I swear, it's always when you're trying to tell somebody something, you can't think of it. So, the kids that had took his shoes in the first movie, I saw like the cage things that was like hanging on the ceiling that them boys was in. So that was the only reason I even recognized the fact that they was in the old Sanderson house. So that shit was crazy. I'm really curious to how that man got all of that stuff. Like, I'm talking about, he had the book, multiple black flame candles. We don't know how many black flame candles it is. So yeah, that was crazy. But I just had to get that out the way before I even talk about the movie more in depth, because that blew the fuck out of me. That man, the only black person in Hocus Pocus, tricked them kids into bringing them back to life. And literally the whole movie, my reaction video is obviously on my website already. The whole movie, I'm just like, so y'all not gonna whip his ass? He didn't care about no kids in Salem being eaten alive, because if he did, he never would have had y'all bring them back to life. He was just so fascinated with them. He wanted to meet them so bad. Then when they was trying to kill them kids, he was like, oh no, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, nigga, you literally tricked them into bringing them back into life. You know what kind of witches they are, and yet you're trying to reason with them. Like that put a damper on the whole movie for me. Other than that, the movie was great. The little Winifred that they started off with, and the little Mary and the little Sarah, that shit was hilarious. Like, I tried to go around that knife. This is a big knife. That shit was funny. When I saw that green skirt stumping by in the beginning of the movie, I said, that gotta be little Winifred. It gotta be. That gotta be little Winifred. And couldn't find out it was her, and that was hilarious. So let me see. All of the weights of the okra and measurements are on my website, I swear. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna eat half this okra or all of this okra. I think I'm gonna eat half this okra. Let me see. So if I'm gonna eat half this okra, put half of it right in this glass Tupperware and put it in the freezer. And then the next time I want some okra, see, I already got some okra. I have a very light hand. Be gentle. I don't like a lot of crust, but the little crust I do got on here, I don't want it to fall off. It would be best to lay all of these flat on a sheet tray, freeze them, and then throw them in a bag or something like that, but we're not at the restaurant right now. We at the house. And this would be just fine for at home. Okay, so this half my okra. Put a lid on that. And that's going in the freezer for the next time I want some okra. Oh, this too. I got another container with crust. So let me get this out the way. Alright. I don't mind y'all to get y'all all-purpose seasoning. I'm really not supposed to keep that knife in the sink, but oops. Okay, so I got my grease up to temp. See, I'm telling y'all, this is coming together real fast. If I wasn't talking, it'll be done even faster. We just frying okra today. Now we're going to get into these fries. Because I want my fries. Clean as you go. Clean as you go. This grease been ready. Oh, I need to put this on my Amazon storefront. This can go in grease and it won't melt. Boiling water, all of that. Love this. This is one of my favorite kitchen tools. So I got my fries. They've been fried once. And now I'm about to fry them for the second time and put them on my plate. Well, after I drain them again, because I need to eat. Okay, so. I'm going to move them to this half of the tray. I didn't salt them yet. No salt on them yet. Twice frying fries is how you get that nice crispy fry. Okay, so always have your landing station ready to go whenever you're frying something. Always have it ready. Okay, so I'm going to fry these in 2 batches. When you frying something, if you somebody that eat meat, like let's say if I was frying some chicken, I would put the chicken in this way and then lay it away from me. Don't lay nothing towards you when you frying. But since I got this, I'm going to just use this to lower them in the grease instead of throwing them in there. And I'm literally just going to fry these for like 2 minutes till they get that nice crisp on them. I will set a timer on my phone. My computer say it is 6:13. So I'm going to just sit here and stir them and watch them at maybe about 6:15. Ignore this. I was going to use this, but I forgot that I have this. Because I really want a spire to use when I'm frying. We're going to fry something once a month on the channel. Once a month on the channel. You know, we keep it healthy over here. But see, my problem is when I go out to eat, I'm going to eat fries. Something that's fried. So I might as well do it at home where I know the grease is clean. Unless you're going to a nice restaurant, y'all, they do not be cleaning their grease in them restaurants. Just so y'all know. And I got my salt, of course. Ooh, these crispy. This really took like 1 minute. This just to get that crisp on the outside, because they already cooked from when I fried them the first time. And I just had them over there chilling. 2 minutes in each straight. They're going to be nice and fluffy on the inside, light and crispy on the outside. I like avocado oil and safflower oil I try not to use vegetable oils. Like if I'm gonna fry something, I'm going to at least use some good grease. Look at these, y'all. Look at these. Hold on. Let me hurry up so I can salt them while they still fresh out the grease. If you wait, the salt ain't gonna stick, so don't wait. I'm so used to doing stuff with my hand. I'm trying to show y'all the right way to do it because I just use my hand. All right, look at these fries. Look at these fries. Look at these fries. Look at this. Light golden brown. Ooh, these bitches hot. Can I get a good ASMR crunch? Let me see. These are hot. You would think I would know better. Eat them good. I forgot to get paper towels when I was at the stove. Stop looking at my napkins. Act like y'all don't see these restaurant napkins. Shit, I could fry these for 1 minute. This all come together so fast. Like literally barely a minute. I want a French fry cutter, but I don't think I should get one because that's gonna make me fry often, and I do not need to be doing that. I'm thinking about it though, because at least that'd be easy too. Like if you entertaining and you got like a crowd or whatever. Salt. Don't forget the salt. If I had a wire, ooh, y'all know it'd be real good if y'all got like the half sheet trays. I got the half sheet trays and the steel pads, but I need a wire rack. The wire rack is literally the best way to drain these. All right, this is coming together real fast. And we're about to finish talking about hocus pocus. So fries, ready to go. Now this okra. Damn, I just threw some on the floor. We definitely gonna put the okra on here. And I'm gonna do 2 batches of this too. This probably, yeah, let me do 2 batches. I did the fries before the okra too because the fries ain't got no crust on them. The fries is not gonna make the grease dirty. Like frying this, like it's gonna be a little bit of cornmeal in the pot and shit floating around. So that was another reason why I did the fries first. And I feel like fries hold they, no, I gotta wait. I feel like fries hold they temp longer than okra. Like okra be getting cold fast. Give me a plate. Oh, matter of fact, we need some space to drain this okra. You don't need no salt on the okra when it come out. It'll be too salty. I already got just the right amount of salt in there. And I'm gonna just let these fry till they golden brown and delicious. I'm hurt about this piece of okra. But yeah, these fries are good. Organic potatoes. I did this with russet potatoes because that's what fries are, typically russet potatoes. I'm gonna try it with Yukon Gold potatoes one day because I love me some Yukon Gold potatoes. They be like so buttery. Like I love a waxy potato. Another thing that I noticed when I fry at home versus eating something fried out, like I don't eat fried food a lot, but when I do, I always feel better when I do it at home. Cause like if I eat something out, like I be feeling heavy, it break me out. I've been recipe testing this okra, so I've literally been frying for the past few days, and I'm breaking out because anything that I eat, I wear it on my face. I'm one of those people. I can't eat junk food and get away with it. Y'all, if y'all ever want to know if I've been cutting up with the way I've been eating, if I've been eating fried food, I'm breaking out. That's always the telltale sign that I've been eating fried food. Like right now, I'm breaking out. That's why I'm only frying once a month on this show. I don't know what the next thing gonna. Ooh, I laugh. I do know. I know what the next thing that's gonna be that I'm gonna fry, but I ain't gonna tell y'all yet. But yeah, when I fry something at home, my stomach don't be toe up. It be nice and light and not heavy and greasy. Because the grease is always fresh, and I'm using good grease. No hydrogenated vegetable oils, no animal fats. I like avocado oil and safflower to fry. If something tears my stomach up, I just don't eat it. A lot of people in the South eat pickled okra too. Comment if y'all eat pickled okra. Let me see if this is how I like it. I don't time this. I just taste my food. It's looking perfect. Hot. Oh no, that's good. I lied. I'm gonna put just a inch of salt on it when it come out. I like my food nice and seasoned. Anyway, y'all, back to Hocus Pocus. So, y'all, the little Winifred and the little witches in the beginning, that shit was hilarious. But it was nice to get their origin story and to see why they fucking hate Salem. Because they actually grew up in Salem. That shit was crazy. I did not know they grew up in Salem. So they didn't just pop up in Salem and try to take over. They was living in Salem. And them crazy ass people in Salem was trying to separate them and make them marry people, all kind of shit. And Winifred was like, that's what we ain't finna do. And getting to see Billy as a child, that shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious. Getting to see Billy as a child. I'm talking about just a happus, just a. Most people won't even need that, but I like that. Just a tap of salt. But yeah, y'all, that shit crazy. I find that if I put more salt in the crust, then the okra be too salty. So I like to season the crust and then just a tap when it come out. Just a tap. I can't wait to film some episodes with my mom and them. And we just like sitting around the table eating and talking shit. That'd be so funny. We know y'all already love D on this channel. Y'all know D, so. I ain't wasting this crust neither that done fell off. It's not clumpy. I'm finna put it right in that bowl and it's gonna go in the freezer. We don't waste over here. Organic corn as well. Whenever y'all buying corn or eating anything that's like a corn product, it's best to buy organic corn. Corn is one of the #1 GMOs, period. It's one of the #1 GMOs. So if you can, buy organic corn always. That's one of those things. Corn is so bad. It's one of those things where if you don't buy organic corn, you eating GMO corn. And sometimes, yeah, so like it's real bad with corn. It's real bad. All right, I got my plate. But yeah, y'all, girl, what else happened? That movie was a trip. It was good. I like how long it was. Because, like, it would be certain parts where I'd be like, damn, is they finna end the movie? So, seeing the little witches in the beginning was so good. And that witch that they ran into in the woods, I don't know who that is. Cause like, you know, the witches reference mother. Oh, mother can see us now. Like they would say stuff like that. And I would just be like, who is y'all mama? Cause in the movie, they never showed that they had parents. It was literally just them three sisters. Sarah is the baby. You know, she ain't the brightest bulb out the box, but she the baby. And she still is very much the same as she always been. So I don't know, y'all. I want to know who their parents is. Because they had a whole ass house they was living in. And I'm like, where's y'all mama? Where's y'all daddy? Like, did y'all build that house y'allself? That question didn't get answered. I thought they mama was a witch or something, but I don't know. It was crazy too, being able to see them as kids. That was great, but I always wondered why we never saw Mary and Sarah use their powers, as far as like they have powers, but as far as like with their finger, with the zappy shit that Winnie be doing. So when they did that in the movie, I was hollering. I was like, oh, it was so good to see them use powers. And Sarah stood up for herself. I was like, I know that's right, because Winnie always talking about you. And then she went right, yes, Winnie, yes, Winnie. That shit was funny. I'm going to try to garden and grow some okra next summer. Okra thrives in the heat. Let's see if I can do it, y'all. If I had a garden, I would literally have a whole ass thing full of okra with breaded already in the freezer, ready to use to be fried. Pickled okra is good too. I need to figure out how to make Nigerian okra soup. They got a few different kinds of soup they put okra in. Oh, we gonna get into some Nigerian food on this channel. Ever since I found out I'm Nigerian, like basically the whole West Africa, but mostly Nigeria, that area, Benin, Togo, all of that. I'm black in America. Surprise, surprise, right? That's how a lot of us got here, from the motherland. But ever since I found out I'm Nigerian, I be like, oh, bitch, I need my own jollof rice recipe. It's all right. Just wait. I'm working it on. I'm going to get me a jollof recipe together. Comment some other stuff y'all want me to make below. But yeah. The plot twist that I really liked in Hocus Pocus too was the girl actually herself being a witch. I never saw that shit coming. That completely threw me for a loop. Threw me for a loop. When she was running, and Winnie had took her friend, her hands started lighting up and shit, and they kept ignoring it. Like, that shit happened, I feel like it happened 2 times before the end of the movie, and they just ignored it. And I'm like, it ain't no way my hands are literally glowing and I'm gonna ignore it. Like, girl, your hands is glowing. It's your 16th birthday, girl. Your powers is ready. That shit was crazy. I did not see that coming. Also, how did y'all feel about the girl, the main character, her friends in this movie? One of her friends, she quit really fucking with them like that when she got her a boyfriend. I never understand people like that. I know people like that in real life. I don't know. Because, like, you can have a man. Obviously, this is life. Girl, get you a man. Please, yes. But to not have a man, but to have a man and feel like you can't still hang out with your friends, I thought that shit was weird. Anybody that, I know people that's like that. Multiple people. So, like, I know people that's like that in real life, and I think that's very much weird energy. Girl, yeah, I want you to have a man. Go on to be with your man. But you mean to tell me you only hang out with your man? You don't never be with nobody else? God damn. What the fuck? So, that girl was one of them girls, but she didn't even realize she was doing that. Let me see if I get a good crunch. Thank God that I'm built different. Because if I didn't have the body type that I have, I would be a fat chef, y'all. I'm so serious. Before I went plant-based, I was eating crazy. These little crumbs that come off be the best part. Ooh. It's so good. This okra hot. If you want more crust on your okra, you could double dredge it. And just do it twice. I like my okra like this. Like perfectly coated, but you could kind of still see the okra too. When it's the only way I would do more crust than this, which would be another good way to do this. It's like do the okra the exact same way, but when you're doing it, squeeze it on there hard and make sure you're getting quite a bit of crust on there without having to go back and double dredge it, and then throwing that fried okra on top of a salad instead of croutons, keeping it gluten free. Are you kidding me? What? Like, are you kidding me? That'd be so good. Move this hot ass grease out the way. And pull up my chair. Because I definitely got a chair to finish talking about this movie. I wish I could have had my friend on here. Hocus Pocus is one of her all-time favorite movies too. Like, oh wait, I need a thumbnail, y'all. I need a thumbnail. I'm a chef, not a cameraman, not a videographer. We're not gonna talk about my setup. I'm doing the best I can. Oh, this is so good! I ain't no hot sauce. Damn. That's all I needed was a little hot sauce. But y'all gotta get the ASMR. Y'all, this about to be a good old ASMR mukbang. I didn't show y'all the fried okra. I didn't talk about the part of the movie that pissed me off the most. And we already 43 minutes in. That shit crazy. I like to keep these episodes about an hour. I need a picture of this. I need to make a TikTok about this too. What else happened in this movie, y'all? It was so good. The black man really pissed me off because there wasn't no black. I'm gonna keep talking about that. Like that. Like, why black people? Why we can't never have nothing? We can't have nothing nice. That's just the way I see things. We get a black man in one of my favorite movies that it wasn't no black people in, and he just had to be the nigga that was obsessed with the witches and trick kids into bringing them back. My camera just died. I am like, I just can't get over that, because obviously it happened from the beginning of the movie. Like when she would go do her ritual every year in the woods on her birthday, and this nigga has nerve to get her black flame candle. Like at first, one thing I do like about how they introduced a black flame candle was the fact that like it wasn't no big dramatic thing. They just introduced it and that was it. Like when he gave her a black flame candle in my reaction video, literally if y'all see it, I was like, damn, did he make that candle himself? 'Cause it do not look like the black flame candle from the first movie. So I'm thinking he just gave her a candle. But I'm just like, I feel some type of way about this man. He give me weird energy. So, girl, she lit that candle. That motherfucker started sparking. She put the candle out. And then it relit itself black. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to beat that nigga ass. I was too through. Get her that candle for free. He, like, did he just find those candles? Or did he been have them candles and just waited till that girl's 16th birthday to give it to her because he knew she'd light it? I don't know. I need to know where he found them candles. That shit was crazy. That was crazy. Having the three witches back, just reclaiming their roles as Sarah, Mary, and Winnie, was a decision that you could never question. Like, Bette Midler is Winnie. Sarah Jessica Parker is Sarah. Kathy is Mary. Like, I couldn't imagine nobody else playing them witches. So the fact that they had the same witches, you know, movies like to switch up and get different characters, I probably wouldn't have watched it. Not gonna lie, if they had different people. So that was good. I really like, I'm not mad that they left it open to where they could make another Hocus Pocus. I really like seeing the progression. Like, they from the 16th or 17th century, I don't remember. Then 300 years later, they came back in the 90s. So obviously all kind of technology exists that they never even imagined, could have thought of. Like, they didn't even have roads when they was alive originally before they got killed. Like, in the 90s, they got to see roads for the first time, a bus, all kind of shit. This time, 2022, technology is even more advanced. They got to see, it was really the Roomba vacuums for me. The Roomba vacuums took me out. When they was in Walgreens, oh, we gonna get back to Walgreens. When they was in Walgreens, and when he grabbed the broom, I'm like, everybody else about to have some bullshit. What they finna fly with? Let me see. Sarah had a damn Swiffer. That was funny. And I'm like, what is Mary gonna have? Mary always has some bullshit. Remember last time she had the vacuum? It's always some bullshit. Mary had 2 Roombas under her damn feet. That was so funny. And it took me out when that Roombas came back at the end of the movie and vacuumed up the damn salt, and that was how they was able to get out of the garage. That was hilarious. I just couldn't believe, like, you know, movies always be funny. Like, they'll like kind of, they'll hurt the bad guy and then they'll run without killing them. Like, there's so many scary movies you could say that didn't happen then, and I'd be like, bitch, why don't you make sure they did? They literally got the witches locked in the garage because they couldn't go nowhere because of the salt ring around them. And then they're just going to stand outside at the middle of the street and be like, yeah, we're just going to wait on them to die. I'm like, bitch, why y'all not standing right there watching them? Of course, TV logic. So the Roombas came right up and vacuumed up the salt. That was hilarious. And Winnie came and scooped her friend right up from in front of her. That was so funny. That was so funny. I did not see that coming. So, oh, even with going to Walgreens, the quote-unquote apothecary, it was so funny when the doors were open, whoosh. Because in the 90s, they hadn't experienced that. It's like they was in the 90s, but also they were in Salem in the 90s. It's not like they was in New York or LA. They wasn't in no big city. So that was crazy. getting to see them play with all this technology. When Mary came out of Walgreens at first, I thought she was on a fucking hoverboard. I really thought she was on a hoverboard. That was funny. Oh yeah, y'all, when you frying okra too, I could tell that some of this okra was picked when it's bigger, obviously, because this was big okra. When I went to the store, I had bought a couple of pounds of okra because I wanted to, because when I cook, I don't measure. But when I'm cooking for y'all, I measure so I could give y'all the recipe. So I used all the smaller okra first when I was recipe testing. This is the big okra. I could tell the texture difference in the big okra. It's tougher and a little bit woodier. Next year, summer come. Next year when summer come back, especially y'all that garden, when y'all got that young, tender okra, so good. But yeah, me knowing that difference, and okra grows really fast. Like if you growing your okra, you damn near need to go outside twice a day to pick it. Cause like that night, it's gonna be bigger than it was that morning. If I was gonna like cook this in the soup, it would have been good too, and it would have got cooked down some more. But that's just a difference I could tell. So next year, make sure y'all get that young tender okra. This is good. I could do this all day. I love okra. I was gonna make my own hot sauce and I didn't get around to doing it. That would have been so good. I just need a little hot sauce. It would have been so good. Damn, I'm already at 51 minutes. Oh, Billy. We gotta get into Billy. Now, Winifred has soiled Billy's name. Everybody think that Billy, well, we got to see it in the flashback. Billy was never Winnie's man. She just wanted him, and you know Winnie is the type, like, if I want you, you my man. Like, it ain't nothing to talk about. So, that was funny. Billy set the record straight, and Gilbert said he gonna make sure everybody know that Billy was not Winnie's man. And you see when she tried to marry him when they was little, he was like, bitch. He did not want her. So, it was really nice seeing Billy again. And even Billy figured out that Gilbert was playing him. I was like, Gilbert, you ain't no good. You gonna bring these girls back to life and then try to get out of here scot-free. I can't believe he got out of that scot-free. I can't believe it. Gilbert deserved to get his ass whooped for that. Damn, the new kids, I don't even know their name. That's crazy. I don't even remember their name. But damn, I was gonna say something. I can't believe they didn't beat his ass. Like, I was like, damn, y'all not gonna even slap him? I just can't believe it. That they let him literally get away with murder. Ooh. What else happened? It was a lot. If they would have had somebody else other than the black man trick them kids into lighting the black flame candle and bringing them back to life, I would have liked the movie a lot more. But that really just put a damper on it for me the whole movie. I was like, I can't believe this nigga. I can't believe it. Now, as far as the girl daddy, the girl that was with the boys and had the party, I love the fact that he looked just like the mayor that was trying to separate Winnie from her sisters when they was kids. They wasn't going for none. They was really finna kill that man. They were about to kill him. Just because he looked just like the mayor. Like, obviously that wasn't really the mayor, because that was over 300 years ago, but That was funny. He got to be a descendant of the mayor. To be living in the exact same town and to look just like the mayor, like, you got to be a descendant of him. When Mary said that, I was like, got to be. Ever since her daddy went in the house, when the witches was in the garage, we didn't see him the rest of the movie. When the witches got out of the salt ring, I thought they was going to go in the house and get him, but they went in there and got the kids. That was crazy. Oh, wait, I got to go back. In Walgreens, when they was in their youth and beauty section, it started eating and drinking them skincare products. I was so weak, y'all. I'm talking about, I was hollering. Took me out. Ooh. Took me out. I was like, ooh, not me getting full. Let's eat potatoes. I done ate half my plate. Let me find out I'm full. Yeah, I don't want to stuff myself. Y'all, I just got full. This okra and potatoes done filled me up. Look, I ate half my plate. I'm gonna eat no more. My stomach gonna start hurting. Look, as I continue to sit here and eat the okra. Literally all this did was satisfy my craving that I had for okra. Come, I didn't have a taste for okra. And now that I didn't get it out of my system, I can move on. The first episode, Walking Dead. Keeping it very true to my roots. You know, had to do the smoothie. You know I love me a smoothie. This was to satisfy my craving for okra. Now, next episode, which is going to be Walking Dead 11-18, I'm going to do a smoothie bowl. But I'm going to make my own granola. Just to show y'all an easy way to make granola. And so I'm going to make a smoothie bowl and make me some granola. I can't handle, it ain't a smoothie bowl without granola. Sugar free, of course, because store-bought granolas be having oil and sugar in them. And I don't do oil or added sugar. So, oh wait, before I go, let me share about the last part of the movie that I want to talk about. Please, first of all, comment y'all feelings below about that black man. Or if I'm the only one that feels like this. My friend who loves Hocus Pocus, like I do, she feel the same way I feel about the black man. Like, damn, we get a black man and he just had to be this nigga in the movie. So, I know I'm not alone with her, but I'm curious to know how y'all feel. Please comment below. But, the ending. Wait, before we even get to that, can we talk about Book? Book wasn't going for none. Book was trying to help Winnie through the whole movie. Like, bitch, you do not want to do this all high power spell, bitch. You do not want to do this spell. You do not want to do this spell. The Book wasn't going for none. That bitch did it anyway. Y'all. Winnie killed her sisters, y'all, and didn't even know. Y'all. I had read it throughout the movie when they kept showing it. But until the girl got the book and the book chose her, I hadn't really read it. Because, like, when she read it, and it was like, you got to give up what you love the most. And I'm like, I instantly put two and two together before it happened. I said, oh my God, either Winnie not finna have no powers or she finna lose her sisters. All she got is her sisters. Like, they really tied that in with the beginning of the movie when they were showing how somebody had to try to separate them in the beginning. And they was not folding. They was not going. Like, he was not finna separate us. They are all they got. Like, literally all they have is each other. When Winnie's sisters started to disappear, y'all, they went out the exact same way they did in the first one. Goodbye, Winnie. Like, it was the same energy. Damn near the same words. I had never seen Winnie truly heartbroken. I'm talking about Winnie was heartbroken, y'all. Heartbroken. Winnie was so heartbroken, y'all. I damn near started crying. Bette Midler, she was in her bag. She did that. She was like, you could take all this magic back. I want my sisters. And I'm like, I knew she loved her sisters, but damn. She a witch, so she treat them like she a witch. But when she killed her sisters, she was hurt. That was probably the best part of the whole movie. That little monologue, it was little, but that little monologue she did, her sisters disappeared into thin air, literally. That shit was crazy. That was crazy. I did not see that coming. Because I was like, maybe her sister's just gonna poof. But nah. They start slowly fading away. Then, when the new witch said it, then Winnie disappeared. And I love the fact that she was so happy. Like, yeah, take me, because I ain't got my sisters. This life ain't worth shit without my sisters. Family's everything. That's one lesson learned. Whoever you call your family, whether it's your friends, your chosen family, or the family you was born with, like Winnie and her sister. That was probably the best part of the movie. That little monologue she gave at the end. Alright, I'm gonna quit eating for real. I'm finna go and get off. Because I can sit here and talk about this movie all day. What do I rate the movie overall? You know, Disney don't ever really just miss. Like, Disney really do that with movies. But I'm just real hard on this movie because I love the first one so much. I'm trying to think of what I want to rate this movie. Like, do I even have a rating? What would I rate this movie like? See, I just got a real tough piece of okra. That okra was grown. Very grown, thick okra. Like cucumbers too. You know how you like the English cucumbers or the young mini seedless cucumbers? That's like a young cucumber versus a big grown thick cucumber with them big ass seeds. You know, fruits get different when the older they get. Anyway, sidestepping. What would I rate this movie out of 10? I want to say maybe a 7. I'm just really hard on the movie because of that black man. I'm not sorry. That was ruined in the movie was so good it's still able to get a 7 from me. The plot, I love the flashback, how they gave you the backstory on the witches. They introduced all new kids, new everything. 30 years later in the same neighborhood, it looked different. They evolved it. It's with the times. Love the fact that they went to Walgreens. I really got a kick out of that. It was really good. They continued the story, but they left it open to being able to make a 3, but I just don't understand. I mean, I didn't understand how they was going to have a number 2 with how the witches died. But did y'all notice that Billy said he been woke all of these years ever since they came back that first time? Billy ain't slept in 29 years, y'all. The first time they broke the spell, freed Zachary Bink's spirit, so he able to finally rest. This time, all of the witch's spells were undone this time. Because you see, last time, Billy was still woke. He ain't never got no sleep. That's why he jumped up when that man was about to start digging in his grave. He didn't even have to dig to go get Billy. So that was crazy. I didn't see that. So imagine not sleeping for 25 years. And now Billy is finally at rest. He was like, and then they just faded out. And I was like, oh, Billy can finally rest. And he know Gilbert is going to clear his name because he was not Winnie Man. So I really like that. So I don't know how they're going to be able to do a 3. Like, so do you think they're going to... How old is Bette Midler and them now? They might have another 30 years. I don't know how old she is now. Shit, we might have flying cars in the next 30 years with Elon and them. It ain't no telling. In the next, because cars done came a long way in this 30 years. So, I don't know. I want to say they could have kept this number 2. I'm so hard on sequel movies. Like, my favorite movies that have been redone as far as like with original cast is like Home Alone 1 and 2. I actually like 2 more than 1, and obviously 1 is flawless. I love 2 even more though. 3 and 4, they could keep those. They should have named those something other than Halloween. They were good movies, but they could have kept those. Friday at the next, and next Friday, not me saying it out of order, are all 3 goated, but Friday After Next is my favorite. What's another thing that I've seen multiple of that was just as good or better the second time? Not many things. It's very, very hard. Very hard to make something good like that. But it was very, very, very good. My only thing was that black man. The kids in this movie, they wasn't better actors than the kids in the first movie. Like, you know how you watching somebody and you kind of forget that you're watching a movie, but you know it's a movie? That's how I felt in the first one. With the second one, I was like, oh, they're acting. Like, it wasn't like as natural to me. So, I need to stop eating because I'm just eating because I'm still on camera and it's right here. Okay, I'm done for real. But, yeah, y'all. I'm going to premiere this live on YouTube so I can talk shit with y'all in the comments. Like I'm going to do every podcast. It's Friday. This video is supposed to go up today. I hope it don't take that long for it to upload where it could still go up today. But that shit was crazy, y'all. That shit was crazy. That movie was so good. But it was just that black man that pissed me off. And we just can't have nothing nice. They could have just not had any black people in it. I'm probably not going to rewatch this Hocus Pocus ever. Like, I will still continue my tradition of watching Hocus Pocus every year, multiple times. But, yeah, number 2 is not a part of that list. And I kind of feel bad because Hocus Pocus is literally one of my favorite movies. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, as far as Disney Halloween movies, like Under Wraps, Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, that's what it's given every year. So, yeah, this is the end of the mild things we're going to talk about this month for Halloween. So, we already doing Walking Dead every week. This Friday is Hocus Pocus. Next week, it's already finna get weird. I ain't seen none of the Jeepers Creepers. None. Not one. So, them reaction videos is finna get real ignorant because it's going to be actually scary. And not like funny. Not like a funny thriller. Like, can you even call Hocus Pocus a thriller? It's a comedy Halloween. A comedy Halloween to me. So, this is the last of the children-friendly things that I'll be watching this month. The one and only thing, because Walking Dead is not child-friendly. Jeepers Creepers sure as hell ain't. And Halloween is... I lied. I'm watching Coco. So, yeah, I lied to y'all. So, no. Coco. I'm going to watch Coco. So, 2 kid-friendly and 2 not. But still, so that's... Out of 8 videos this month, 2 of them is kid-friendly. Yeah, I've never seen Coco. Please do not shame me. I think I'm going to do Coco next week. I'm going to see. I was going to do Coco week after next. I was going to do Jeepers Creepers next week. Yeah, matter of fact, I might do that. That way I could do funny, scary. I don't know if Coco is funny, but you know what I mean. I just want to do something not scary. So stay tuned for my reactions to all of the Halloween movies on my website. All of the Jeepers Creepers movies, because I've seen none of them. And then Coco. And then if y'all are watching this podcast episode, my full uncut reaction to Hocus Pocus already off my website. So, yeah, that's it for this week. What else do I want to say? I can't think of nothing else. Stay along for the ride. We're going to grow and evolve with this podcast. And see where it goes. This is just the same shit that we would always do on live. Y'all already know the vibes. To the new people that's new here, please go watch all of the shit that's already on my channel. please, like, if y'all go back and watch all the old shit that's on my channels, especially my Walking Dead reactions and my Sunday night lives, y'all will understand how this podcast was birthed. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in to the second episode of Talking Eat TV, and I will see y'all Monday for Walking Dead, because one thing about me, I'm not gonna be late with Walking Dead. You see, I was on time with Walking Dead, and then Friday I'm kind of late with the Hocus Pocus. It's still going up, but like, it's not Walking Dead. You know, Walking Dead energy is just different. All right, bye for real.